live at 10.
New at 10, a smash and grab ATM arrest where police say they found the suspect. Plus, a Natchez toddler in critical condition after what police are calling the worst case of abuse they've ever seen. And a 16 WAPT exclusive. One Jackson businessman says he could pay a fine after one man left a sign in his parking lot.
We still have some high clouds around the region, but those clouds will be clearing out. That's going to allow the temperatures to drop down into the 50s to start off our Wednesday, but we will quickly warm things up with plenty of sunshine. Highs on Wednesday topping out into the mid, possibly upper 80s. I'm talking about some cooler temperatures, though, as we get to Thursday and Friday, and I'll have those details coming up.
New at 10, an ATM smash and grab suspect is behind bars. I'm Ryan Houston. Megan has the night off. Richland police say they arrested a man suspected in an ATM heist out of Brookhaven. It happened outside the Waffle House on Highway 49. Now, witnesses tell us officers pulled Thaddeus Jarvis out of a stolen truck in the parking lot. They found a gun, drugs, and more than $2,000 in cash. Brookhaven police say Young and Gregory Trigg used a different stolen truck to smash into a business in their city. Jarvis is facing several charges tonight. They're still searching for Gregory Trigg. Well, Natchez police are working what they call the worst case of child abuse they've ever seen. 16 WAPT's Ross Adams is live at Batson Children's Hospital where that toddler is tonight. Ross.
Right now, police say it doesn't look good. That little girl is fighting for her life.
I would say it would be a miracle if the child survives.
Natchez police are calling what happened to a 23-month-old girl at this apartment one of the most disturbing child abuse cases they've ever seen.
The injuries are just that bad.
Yes, she sustained serious life-threatening injuries.
Police are holding 32-year-old Shalay Lewis in the Natchez City Jail on $1 million bond. She's facing child abuse charges.
She had a fractured skull. She had old injuries that had healed, like a fractured rib that had healed, bruised liver, and burns over her entire body.
Lewis originally told officers her daughter got hurt when she fell down the stairs in their second-story apartment, but detectives didn't buy her story.
After going to the apartment complex and looking at the dimensions of the stairs, it is in our opinion that the injuries that the child sustained did not come from falling down the stairs.
The Department of Human Services took custody of Lewis's 4 other children. Investigators tell us there's no indication those kids were abused. Tonight we're live at Batson Children's Hospital. Ross Adams, 16 WAPT News.
We're hoping for the best in this one, Ross. Thank you. A spokesman for Jackson Police is now named in a sex lawsuit. It's all tied to a lawsuit from former officer Tina Bianchini. Now, she claims JPD discriminated against her because of her sex and race. Last year, police arrested Bianchini for a domestic violence charge against another male officer. She claims the department forced her to resign when no other officers were fired. Now she's named Commander Tyree Jones to that suit. She's claiming she had a relationship with him. Then she states he passed her up for a promotion once she broke it off. Court documents include a picture the woman claims is Jones' private parts that he sent to her through a text message. A 70-year-old man sentenced to prison for child porn. A judge told David Nelson he'll spend the next 5 years behind bars. He was found guilty of 5 counts of exploitation of a child. Investigators say Nelson was trading child porn online using sophisticated technology. When he gets out of prison, Nelson will be on probation for 5 years. Jackson police are searching for the gunman who shot at a school bus on Friday. Police say the bus was full of Natchez high school football players. They were headed home after a game at Provine. Officers believe someone standing on a bridge on I-55 shot at the bus. Police say the bus was the target of that shooting.
The players left in a calm manner, both teams. They shook hands and boarded the bus and left Jackson. So we're not sure what sparked this incident. It's a very unfortunate incident, so we're relying on the authorities to continue their investigation and provide us the details.
Officers say this could have happened near the Savannah Street Bridge, but with so many overpasses on that stretch of the interstate, they're looking for help to catch that shooter. Well, new at 10, Charlotte police locked down their headquarters today. Officers found a suspicious package outside the building. Witnesses say someone left it there when protesters walked into the building. They're calling for the resignation of the police chief. The chief confirmed today Keith Scott had a gun when officers killed him. We'll have more on these protests in just a bit. Police hope surveillance pictures will help them catch a straw hat bandit. Take a look. Ridgeland officers say they have video of a man in a straw hat robbing the Origin Bank on Lake Harbor Road. He showed the teller a gun and demanded money. Witnesses say he drove off in what looked like a bright blue Nissan Versa. Call Crime Stoppers if you have any information on his whereabouts. A Jackson business owner could have to pay a fine for a roadside weed sign, but he says he had nothing to do with it. 16 WAPT Scott Simmons went to find out who's accountable.
I had a guy come in and said he had a flat. Asked could he drop his trailer off.
Brandon Anderson says he didn't know that trailer outside his auto shop was a traveling billboard to legalize marijuana.
Not something I'd really stand for, you know.
You feel like you were tricked?
Yes.
The sign was left perfectly aligned with the busy traffic here on South State Street. In fact, it didn't take the city of Jackson long to take notice, about 30 minutes before they paid Big Boy Toys a call.
The city has already deemed this as your sign because it's on your lot.
When the city got on scene, they wrote a citation to Big Boys for a sign ordinance violation.
And I just don't need it coming back on us.
And JPD was making arrangements to get it towed when I got the owner on the phone.
I'm getting a tire. I'm on my way back.
Not long after, David Singletary backed up his own vehicle to get that trailer.
I had a hole in my tire. I go down to 49 South to get it plugged, and I come back and get the sign, and y'all are here.
I noticed you left it strategically placed with traffic, so you didn't put it in the back of the building.
I don't know if that matters or not.
You wanted people to see your sign, didn't you?
Yes, I do want cannabis legal in the state of Mississippi. And I'm under the impression that you don't, that you have a biased outlook against it.
Not at all.
But that roadside sign did get one driver to stop.
Yes, I saw the sign and I stopped and I agree with it.
Still, he hitched up his trailer to take his roadside pot promotion to a new location.
Now, if Big Boy Toys has a problem with it, I'm sorry. You know, people get flat tires. Yeah, I'll help him with his citation if that's what it takes.
He rolled out of the parking lot having brought attention to his campaign initiative. In Jackson, Scott Simmons, 16 WAPT News.
A crackdown on underage drinking sent a club manager and security guard to jail. Agents with the State Alcohol Beverage Control Division arrested Robert Staples and Joshua Spann Saturday night. They worked at Club Eclipse on West Street in Jackson. Agents charged Staples with failure to properly supervise minors and Spann with contributing to delinquency of a minor. They also arrested 19-year-old Audrey Allen and 18-year-old Andrew Smith on underage drinking charges. And a doctor drug bust in Brandon. Police arrested Dr. Stephen Titchener for writing phony prescriptions. Investigators say the doctor and his girlfriend, Lindsay Peacock, worked together to traffic these drugs. The couple is currently out on bond. They both face charges for trafficking a controlled substance. Someone shot and killed a man riding his bicycle in Jackson. It happened around 2:30 a.m. on Alabama Avenue and Capitol Street. Investigators say someone shot 37-year-old Andrew Williams several times. They say he was just riding his bike down the street when it happened. Right now, police don't have any suspects.
We are not sure if there was an altercation with someone or what the alleged motive is in this incident at this time, but it is safe to say he was riding a bicycle. Again, we're in the initial stages right now. We're still in the fact-gathering phase.
They want you to call Crime Stoppers if you can help police in this case. A semi-truck carrying surfboards shut down I-20 this morning. The truck crashed just inside Brandon city limits. The driver says someone cut him off. No one was hurt in the crash, but it did back up traffic for hours. And take a look at this. Investigators say mechanical failure caused a fire in a car outside a dentist office. This is video from Dr. Anthony Newman's dentist office near Veterans Memorial Stadium. The fire did damage to part of the building, but thankfully, no one was hurt. Well, Kroger is launching a new flu shot campaign to help fight hunger.
Did it hurt? No, it didn't hurt at all.
Well, this year, every time Kroger pharmacists give a flu shot, they'll donate a meal to Feeding America. And the Mississippi Food Network is one of the food banks that will benefit from this campaign.
We have some 600,000 people in the state of Mississippi who are hungry and or food insecure, and statistically, that's the largest percentage in the United States of America.
But it feels really good to know that some child or some senior
or some family will have a meal that I just provided, and it didn't even hurt.
The flu shot is a way that you can be proactive about your health care and prevent a disease that can potentially cause so much more than just the flu.
Everyone 6 months and older should get a flu shot, according to the CDC, but this campaign will last through the end of April. Well, if you want to know who's funding political candidate campaigns, the state will have a website for that. Secretary of State Delbert Hosemann announced a new web portal that will track campaign donors. Mississippi is the last state that will launch one of these sites. Hosemann says these records will be searchable, and he hopes lawmakers will force candidates to submit all of their donations to this database. Families of the men killed on the Deepwater Horizon say they hope the new movie reminds people of the lives lost in that disaster.
Mayday, Mayday, this is Deepwater Horizon.
Many family members believe a focus on the environmental damage from the spill overshadowed the workers' deaths. The movie, directed by Peter Berg and starring Mark Wahlberg, comes out on Friday. Wildfire rescue, hundreds forced from their homes as a fire spreads in the California mountains. Plus, one charitable group giving back to JPS.
And September does not come to an end until Friday, but I'm calling it because I'm not expecting any rain for the rest